Welcome back, humans. How's it going? And I wanted to have a sit down today with a special movie. This time it's special because it's actually become my comfort movie, and believe it or not, we actually saw it last weekend when we did the movie night. Granted, it was a surprise day on Sunday, but we actually went over it and it was a good little time. What movie is this? It's As Above, So Below. Now, this came out a few years ago, around 2014, and TLDR, archaeologist Scarlett, trying to redeem her dad's passing because he self-deleted, trying to figure out what his whole crazy obsession over the Philosopher's Stone, like, Full Metal Alchemist, and alchemy and whatnot, trying to prove that it's real. Now, this movie is horror theme, I would assume, suspense. It's very cool how it takes up a random alchemy hunt and turns it into a Dante's Inferno situation where we follow the cast, mixed about from Scarlett, Susie, Benji, George, Latu, Zeb, and Papi. And everybody has ordeals. They go through the catacombs, which yes, I do mean those catacombs in France, and if I'm correct, that was the real catacombs that they were going through in some parts. So, fucking gnarly. But the thing that still holds up to me and why it makes it an awkwardly comfort movie, I know it's weird because there's death and there's violence and horror and suspense and really awkward booming noises, because as they pass through the levels, quote unquote, of their hell, they go through their fears. They go through what haunts them. A good example is Scarlett. She has guilt over her dad's passing and doesn't really accept it until later. Benji, the cameraman, what we can assume is abandoning of his family and child, since we see how his death happened. And even George, he can't let go of his brother's passing, the guilt that he has for being lost when he was a kid and causing him to die in his situation. So everybody has something that haunts them. And it's terrifying because this is your hell. Imagine that for a second. Imagine you go down this place, you end up getting lost. And yes, there's phrases like abandon all ye who enter, the classic phrase of the gates of hell and whatnot. But you are tortured, you are persecuted, and you are basically forced to engage with your sin / guilt, whatever is heavy in your heart and conscience, or it will kill you. A good example was Susie, where we don't get much of a flesh out, but you can very much assume that because she was basically beaten to a degree, that her sin was something in the realm of causing abuse to somebody. It looks like it was physical because of the way that she ended, and it's pretty brutal. Now, granted, the other three that we mentioned, they weren't as bad, but they were still punished. And we even have Zed, which honestly, Zed, one of the buddies, got off super scot-free. His transgression was he does not want to be a father, and he was abandoning a child that he is refusing to say that is his. And he got super lucky in that, man. He only got beat up a little bit. But then sometimes we have brutal killings like how Susie is, and kind of Benji. But I think the worst one was Papillon, or Pappy if you want to call him that, where he couldn't take ownership of his friend's passing and accepted that it was his fault. He got the old school torture of being buried down in the ground, face down, while you're alive, and you just suffocate. That is, I don't even know how to imagine that. I really don't. I guess that's not the point of this thing. I know I just kind of completely lost the sauce and just went through the movie and like these characters and what they've gone through. Finding the Philosopher's Stone, seeing what it really was in the end, and there's still theories on that, if you want to look into that. The reason why this has become like my comfort movie, because before it was Nightmare Before Christmas, Paranorman, kind of the good old classics. Scary Godmother was there for quite some time. Heck, we can even talk about some of the Doctor Who specials too. Those are very nice. But now, As Above, So Below, it just pops up randomly. And rewatching it again this weekend, you kind of realize that a movie pushing you into this uncomfortable situation where you have to accept and you have to admit the guilt that you've done, or you are punished severely. That's something that you kind of have to sit down and go, things are scary. Things can go bump in the night and terrify you and kill you and rip you apart. But there's something messed up about your death being caused by you, being caused by your own problems, and that the only person that could save you was you. Not like in Saw, people love watching that horror and do you want to play a game and all that stuff. Which again, the Saw movies are pretty fun too, but something about just you. This is your hell. This is the evil that you need to face, or you're gone. The movie still holds up very well. I know I just kind of spoiled a lot of their deaths, basically all of them, but even the movie, I think the only flaw about the movie as a whole is I can see how the main protagonist, Scarlett, she's kind of a girl boss. Like, she's super fluent in like 4 or 5 languages. She knows dead languages. She knows martial arts. Like, she's like a genuine Mary Sue before Mary Sue. And the cool thing about that is, even though she can become a little obnoxious, she does have to own up to her own transgression in letting her dad die. Like, letting her ego get the better of her. And not many things do that these days, where they actually let you see, oh, this character is supposed to be the girl boss, or the boss, if you will, but they get brought down a peg, because if they don't, they get killed. So that's kind of a nice thing to see in this movie. And of course, you can't go too wrong with Dante's Inferno. The creatures that get shown, situations, the booby traps. It's all super big brain in my opinion. Not mega big brain, not like, I have the biggest Oonga Boonga Rick and Morty big brain. But just the fact that as above so below, you can chill. You can watch it, and I've already seen it about 5 times and I still enjoy it. Like, it's just a good movie to chill out to. Now, it's not Picasso, it's not the peak of Halloween or horror for that mention, but it's a good tale. Takes parts of Dante's Inferno, adds its own thing, and it's pretty nicely done. It really is. So I know it may sound weird or make me sound like a crazy little robot that my comfort movie of the Halloween season is back to being As Above So Below, so maybe call me insane, but let me know what you guys think down below. Is it weird to see that this is my comfort movie? What's your comfort movie? I know I've heard a lot of people say they love Chucky, which again, how? Just, I guess I can't be one to talk since I'm saying a Dante's Inferno movie is my comfort movie, but a evil little robot doll is hard for me to believe. But that's not here or there. Just so you know, we do have movie nights in Discord. The links are in the description. Hopefully they work. I think I was told they aren't working at the moment. I'll double check that. But yeah, what's your favorite movie? What's your comfort movie? I know. You gotta make sure. What's your comfort Halloween movie? It used to be Trick or Treat. Now that was a good movie right there. But regardless, have a good evening, humans. I'll see you later on. We're going to play another nice little new game. If you want to know what that is, check out Birdie the Wise and the little hour-long video that we have over there. And with that, I'm out. Have a good evening. Take care, humans.